Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Zoom have been kind enough to send me the MS-90 LP multi-stomp looper pedal to test out. And I'm really excited because I bought the 70 CDR Plus and I am like a huge fan of this form factor of having these buttons on there. And when it comes to a looper, it's all about buttons. You've got a stop button and undo. That's your play, overdub, and then rhythm and loop effects. I am a musician and producer and videographer, and I do a lot of different things, but I am a live looper, and I live loop at my gigs. Of all the live loopers I've ever tried, this is the most compact and functional. In terms of space on your pedal board, if you want the most effective live looper, I would go for one of these. The fact that you've got a dedicated stop button is really nice. You've got an undo/redo, so you can undo a mistake, or you can overdub a layer of another element and you could undo it and redo it, and you can kind of have two tracks going on your looper, which I really like. This is just like, for the size of it, I used to use a Boss RC3, which is the single pedal version of the Boss looper, and I'd have to, in order to have a stop button, I'd have to patch out of their control switch and have a separate button there. But the fact that their form factor has 5 buttons across here is just something that I'm a huge fan of, and I can't wait to test this guy out. The design of these pedals is always really nice. I've said this in the other video, which I did on the multi-effect pedal. You've got stereo in and you've got stereo out. This one, you always also have MIDI in and MIDI out. So if you're someone who wants the most compact pedal that you can also expand with a bunch of features through MIDI, there's a lot of live loopers out there that go crazy with MIDI effects controls and they like link things to their iPad. I'm a pretty classical looper, and the way this is set up is exactly how I would want it to be. I think it's the most functional way to set it up. It's not overcomplicated, but if you want to go in, there's still a lot more inside this if you want to dial in different settings and try different things. But out of the box, this has been working for me exactly how I think it should. And yeah, if I was going to make a one pedal looper, I don't think I could design something better than this guy. The other thing I'm a huge fan of on these pedals is they just have this colored backlight, which is such a simple yet effective way to show you what's going on. They don't need the full color screen. Of course, that would be ideal, but at the price point these pedals come in, I think it's fantastic. Again, the fact that I'm holding this and it is on is literally because it has AA battery port, especially this compact size. When you want a looper of this size, you want it to be battery powered, because then you can take it to a wedding or a live gig where you don't have power. And this is what I will be using this unit for, taking it to gigs and events. Like sometimes I do gigs on yachts for people, and they're a bit of a nightmare because there's not much space on a boat, and if I bring my whole rig it won't really fit, and there's often not electricity to plug my pedals into. So something like this, if you're doing a gig in an awkward position, having battery powered pedals that do a lot of stuff, you could also record your set out of the USB port if you want, to your phone. So there's a bunch of super easy, clean, functional options that you have. The design of these two, they're lightweight, but they're also very robust. I'm just a big fan of the product overall, and I think if you're looking to get into live looping, or you're a professional looking to condense your setup into something extremely compact and effective, also stereo, amazing, and 32-bit. So you might just be looking to upgrade your old looper that kind of compresses the audio a bit. This is definitely a great buy. So today I'm also using my MS-90 CDR effect pedal, and they're going to be the effects and the sounds that I'm going to run into the looper in stereo, so you're going to hear it come through nice and clean. So let's get this thing plugged in and we can do a bit of a demo with an electric guitar, and then I'll get it plugged in with my acoustic and we can do some live loops and see how it sounds. Okay, well, let's set up outside, let's do it. Still a bit of sunshine. I thought I'd come out and test it out. We'll test it on the electric guitar and the acoustic guitar, and going to use some effects from the MS-90 CDR pedal, and that's all running into the new Zoom loop pedal, the MS-90 LP. And then I thought, since I've got the HS5 Studio here at the moment, I will just record into that stereo, and I'm going to plug some headphones into that so I can hear, and I'm going to have a bit of a jam. Let's just get the guitar plugged in. Okay, let's test this out. So I've got my headphones plugged into the Zoom recorder. I've got it recording. It's recording in float, so even if I clip the recorder, it's not going to matter. And I've got recording in stereo too, so I'm going to play around with some of the sounds. Currently, this is the dry signal. Oh, that sun is so nice. Ooh. Ah. I'm just catching that last bit of sunshine on my face. So currently, that is the dry sound running straight through. And then I'm running effects through this Zoom MS-90 CDR. So hall reverb I like. So I'm gonna make a little loop. Let's have a go. 3 and... Looks pretty good. I like that it shows the waveform on the screen. And then let's add a bit of a... Just overdub a little bit of choppiness. Okay, maybe put a bass line. Nice. I'm gonna flick through. Let's go. This one. Flick through some of the presets to something fun. Shimmer reverb. Oh, we chucked that in there, that's in the loop now. And what's nice is you've got the undo redo, so I can just go undo, and it took that shimmer verb back out, and then if I want to put it back in, probably do it on the beat, and it's back again, which is quite cool. I think that is pretty cool. 60s vibe. Alright, what else we got? Let's look through, just for sounds. Not that one. Oh, chorus. Let's put a chorus in. Boop. I'm wearing the biggest shoes. Look how big these shoes are. Take up the whole thing. But you get good with your feet. Two, three, and start. I like the form factor. It's nice and easy to stop, to start, stop, start, stop, start, and then undo, redo. I am quite good with my feet. I do this a lot, and I do a lot of gigs, so I'm probably making it look a bit easier than it is. But I do really like the fact that the stop and the undo at the corners is pretty easy to tap. The top two are harder, but you're not going to need to put them on that easily. And the good thing about these buttons is it's very easy to just reach down and just poke your way through them, which is what they're probably mostly designed for anyway. But with a looper, it's great. You can use your feet to start and stop. Love that. There's a bunch more features in here. Let's just hit the loop effects and see what the loop effects is by default. Maybe it's more like track effects. Oh, loop effects. Oh, it's set to a BPM tap. Oh, at BPM, you tap that and then you can set it with this button. You can set your tap tempo. Interesting. I haven't used that. I don't know. Is that so you can synchronize your loop to that? Not quite sure. Let's go into loop effects. Tap tempo is the loop effects that is set. I think I might have set that when I was flicking through the menu before. Let's just go to, yes, I think I did. I went through the whole menu. Reverse is the first one. You've got a bunch of different things in here. Double speed, whoa. And latch, oh, so many cool things you can do with this. Let's just have a go making a quick loop. And then let's hit that loop effects and try. You'd want the tap tempo because you can tap it and then you can set the rhythm. So let's actually give that a try. So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna set the loop effects to tap tempo. So to start, I'm gonna press loop effects and then I'm gonna set the tempo of the song I wanna play. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. So the tempo should be set. 2, 3, 4. I can see the light flashing. Beautiful. Now, if we hit rhythm. Whoa. We might need to adjust that sound. Whoa. Alrighty, let's go back into here. Let's go back to the stock. Alrighty, so once you set your tap tempo, you hit rhythm. That's not the most natural sounding drum kit I've ever heard, but to play along, if you loop on top of that, it like quantizes it to the beat. Interesting. Honestly, personally, I've always thought of the rhythms that are built into loopers as more of a practice tool, really handy to learn how to loop to help you keep in time. I am not the biggest fan of them, but then again, I'm not the biggest fan of drum machines either, so that's just my personal preference. I prefer to like loop in the beats and do it myself a bit more organically. But it's cool that you've got the rhythm in there. It's on that button. It's something I'm probably not going to use all that much. But yeah, you can really dial it in. There's a bunch of different grooves and beats to play with. So really good for, yeah, writing and learning. Okay, so the last thing I want to test out is the loop effects. So I'm just going to make a little loop again. I've got the whole reverb on, which I like. Let's try. 4. Cool, got a little percussive thing on top. And now I'm gonna just chuck on the bass line. There we go. Cool. You have a loop. Alrighty, so I'm gonna hit the loop effects and see what happens. It's weird. I don't really know how people use that. That's reverse, so it puts the loop in reverse. I think it'll probably work on certain types of loops, but it just sounds like the loop is going backwards if you press play. Oh, but you can unreverse at any time, which is cool. Let's take out the bass line again. Okay, so let's have a look at, can we look at some of the other loop effects while we're playing? Oh, we can. So we've got reverse, half speed. Let's give that a go. Oh, wow. It's kind of a cool vibe, actually. That's quite fun. Did it change the key? No, it didn't. It kept the pitch the same. All right, let's go double speed. I can't play it both. Okay. Oh, hold. Whoa. Oh, and the play, let's go. One, two. See, that I could use. It keeps it on the beat. So at the end of a beat, if you stop it there, boom, bow, 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 and then you could start it again. So you go like a 2, 3, 4, bow, 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 1, 2, let's go. I don't know. You could do something with that, I feel like. What else have we got in here? Ooh, I'm overdubbing. Restart? Restart just sends it straight back to the start of the loop no matter where you are. So that's kind of handy. So if you were doing, say, a longer loop that was like double the length or something, and for a certain section you had to get back to the beginning, you've got restart. So play, and then back. That's quite cool. It's like a DJ control. And then the tap tempo, obviously. One shot play. What does that do? One shot. Oh, that probably means it stops at the end of the phrase. Yeah, it does. Interesting. Some people might like to use that one shot. So you can just press that button and it will play the loop just one time and then stop. One shot. Stops. All right. And then what else? Your tape stop. Ooh, that might be like a tape. Do you reckon? Let's play. I'm gonna press tape stop. Yeah, that's cool. That's when you're playing a gig at a pub and somebody falls over on the ground or drops their beer, or, end of the night when they're just like 12 o'clock, everybody out, you just hit that button. I'm excited to do that actually at a gig. So everybody out, last drinks. Yep, all right, pack up. Okay, so I actually usually loop with an acoustic guitar. So I put on the HD Hall reverb to start. Okay, so start the loop. 3, 4. First loop going. I'm gonna add a click. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the next pieces together in one record section. That way, if I press undo, I can take out the beat and the bass. So I'll show you what that means. So. 3, 4. What I do, and then I get a chorus. Might find a chorus on here. Which one do I like? Pop chorus? Cool. So the verse, I can hit undo and it takes out the bass and the drums that I kind of added in. So that's when I sing the verse. Oh, I saw her and she hit me like I saw the thing so beautiful. She just hit my heart. Full force and she got me like
I'll be like, baby, why you so fine? I gotta make you mine. It's so hard to find. And she hit me like ta-ta, ta-ta, oh, ta-ta, ta-ta, oh. So I can play around with effects and I can overlay things like that. But the undo redo is really good because whenever I want to, I can bring back in the bass just with one tap. And I can take it back out. Whenever I want, I just tap that. Beautiful. Which is pretty cool. And then my favorite loop effects feature I have found, if we go in here, is actually this one. So when I'm ready to stop the song, tape stop. But then, if I wanted to, I could start again. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you liked. I hope this was helpful. I really think this loop pedal is fantastic. It does everything I need in such a compact little form factor. I am loving the MS-90 CDR for effects. I really need to downsize to something like this. I have been recording this into the Zoom H5 Studio, so all the audio you are hearing has come off that. And yeah, it's been really nice to sit outside and play some music. I might just jam here for a bit before I pack up. Hey guys, it is late and I'm just finishing editing this video. Just final thoughts. I think the pedal is great. It's a little bit tricky to see in daylight, to see the screen. I do love the colored backlight, but it's a little bit difficult to see in the day. I think I could have put it up to a brighter setting and you can adjust the contrast on the screen. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out my own music. My artist name is Southey, and yeah, I'm releasing some new songs very soon.